Tools needed to change the oil on this 2002 Chevy Avalanche with a 5.3 liter Vortec V8. It's going to be an oil filter wrench, 3/8 drive ratchet, 15mm socket, 5W30 oil of your choice, an oil filter. I'm using the Fram PH3506, an oil pan to catch the oil, and ramps. Make sure they are suitable for the weight of the vehicle. If you do not have ramps, you can use jack and jack stands. First, elevate the vehicle so it makes it easier to get underneath the vehicle later in this tutorial. I will be using ramps. You can use a jack or a jack stand if you prefer. Next, pop the hood using the lever within the driver's side kick panel, and then open the hood. Now roll into the vehicle and put your oil pan into position. You're going to start by removing the oil drain plug, which is this plug right here. It is a 15mm. We're going to be using our 1/2-inch drive ratchet. Put it on there. Make sure you're going in a loosening motion. Kind of bump it loose. Once you bump it loose, it will spin freely. Let that drain for just a minute. And then we'll take off our oil filter. Oops. Go ahead and put that on at the same time. Put it on. Make sure you're in the loosening motion. Reposition your oil pan. Grab the filter. I'm sorry if my hand's in the way right now. You gotta make a mess doing this as well. These upside down oil filters. Kind of hard to catch them. And remove the oil filter from the vehicle and let the rest of it drain for a minute. Now with the new filter, dab a little bit of oil from the new oil container around the O-ring of the oil filter. And just get your finger a little wet. You're going to just want to go ahead and put it around there. That way it gets nice and lubricated. And then that way, so when you go to put it on and take it off for the next time, it won't stick, and it'll make a better seal. Now that the engine oil has completely drained, first start by putting back on your oil filter. Using your oil filter wrench, tighten it down. Then put your oil drain plug back in. Starting up first with your fingers to ensure you do not cross thread it. Once it is snug, grab your ratchet. Again, this was a 15mm socket. And then tighten it to tight. Do not over tighten. I'm sure there is a torque specification. I do not know what it is currently, but just make sure it is tight, and you are now done under the vehicle. Now within the engine bay, let's go ahead and remove our oil cap. And then I'm going to use an oil filter to make this job a little bit simpler. Grab your oil and then start by filling it up. I'm going to fill up about 4.5 quarts to start. And then we'll check the dipstick to make sure that we are at the specified oil level for this vehicle. Alright, that's about 4.5 quarts. I'm going to go ahead and remove the oil funnel. Put the oil cap back on. And now we are going to go ahead and start the vehicle, lower it, and to get it back onto level ground, so that way we can adequately check the oil level. So let's go ahead and do that. Now that the vehicle is back on level ground, I verified on the instrument cluster that there was no oil lights and the oil pressure was at an adequate state. Now let's go ahead and check this dipstick to make sure that it is also at the right level. So pull it out once, just want to wipe it off, and then put it back in. And pull it right back out again, picking it up slowly out of the tube. This one's pretty simple since it has the holes. It might be a little hard to see, but from my view, it is on the 4th hole, starting from the bottom, going upwards. It's on the 4th hole, and that is going to be good. Thank you for watching. I did actually add one more quart from that 4.5 quarts that we put in initially when the vehicle was still up in the air. So just be aware of that. Again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.